Hi, this is Dolly Cena, and I'm a TIR consultant, and I have my star pupil, Andy Schell, and I really wanted him to share his story because he has done some incredible things. He's just graduated, so Andy, if you can tell us a little bit about you and what your C goal is,
Yes,
and what you've done.
so I did just finish the program, and my C goal, we had talked about this, evolved throughout the program. It's in the program you usually come up with your C-type goal in the section 2, I think it is, and it was all about me. It was I want this, I want that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But throughout the program, towards the end, it evolved. It changed to, hey, I'm going to do this for my clients. My C-type goal is I want to make $250,000 profit for my clients by the end of the year.
You want to make $250,000 for your clients by the end of the year.
That's correct.
And we're in May.
Yes, yes. I know if Bob was here, he would say, well, you better get started. And it's only going to take me half as long.
Right.
Yes.
He's an awesome student.
Yes. Yes, so that's what I want to do. Now, this program has gotten me to this level. I've been doing options trading. This is how I make money. It's called a covered call option strategy. So I make money for my clients, but to the level that I got it was because of the TIR program. I remember it was a couple months ago. I was on the telephone with a client of mine, and I just made him about $3,000. And he said, $3,000? What do you want to do with that? And I said, well, he also has a business loan with me. I said, we could put some of that towards that loan. And there was a long pause. And he said, he said, wait, what? He said, do you mean the money you're making me from this strategy I can use to put towards my loan? I said, yes. He said, done. That's what he said, done. He's like, that's all I want you to do.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not going to send you another check out of my checking account. I just want you to sell these options. We'll generate cash from my account to pay for my loan. He said, send me $1,000 and put $2,000 towards my loan. Done. Did it. And I got off the phone with him, and I was just vibrating. And I pulled out my goal card, and I read it, and it was like Sandy was in my ear. Because in the book, there's always that, when you get to the end of the section, it's review, rethink, rewrite. And it was like she was just standing there. She's got a unique voice. I've never met her, but I've seen her on the videos and in the seminars. And it just bang, and she says it in one of the videos, a light went off in a dark room, just pow. And I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to make my clients money to help them pay off their obligations, just off the investments that they have with me. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so awesome. So yes. What are you doing? How are you doing it?
So it's called a covered call option strategy. So I'm going to boil this down. It is a little complicated, so please don't lose interest. It can be a little boring. So basically, we open an account and we buy stock. We have to have 100 shares of a stock in one company to sell an options contract. So we buy 100 shares of XYZ company, and then we sell immediately. I sell an options contract on it. Now, an options contract has two variables to it. It has an expiration date, and it has a strike price. That's the agreed upon price that the owner can buy it away from me. So those are the two things, and then we immediately sell it. So, for example, if we open an account somewhere between $50,000 to $250,000, now the more money I have, the wider range of stocks I can buy. The lower, I'm limited. So the amount of money I can make you is decreases, but the more you have, it increases. So, for example, if we buy 100 shares of XYZ company and that's trading at $24 a share, we would spend $2,400 to buy 100 shares. So I immediately sell a contract for that, for the strike price at $25. So, and an expiration date, it's always on a Friday of the month. Expiration date, let's say 17 May. So the option contract would expire on the 17th May at a strike price of $25. So we spent $2,400, and then as soon as I sell that contract, somebody pays us for that. So we'll earn like $50. So bang, right out of the shot, I earned you $50. So May 17th shows up, and if the price of the stock is below that strike price 25, it expires. Sandy would say as a lawyer, it's null and void. It's null and void. It expires. And then on Monday, I'm on the phone with you again and I say, hey, it expired. Let's do this again. So that Monday, we sell it again. And we could sell it for the next Friday or next month. We push it out however, how many weeks we want to. But we can get $50, $100, whatever. It depends on what the market's doing and the
But
price.
this is in the same month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it. I have ones that I'm doing weekly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're very active.
Yes, very active. So it's just generating cash into your account. That's one scenario, is that it expires. So the other thing, what happens if on that Friday it's above $25 from our scenario? Well, then the contract is exercised. So the owner of that contract calls away. That's why it's called a covered call. I own the shares, so it's covered, but they call it away because they're exercising the contract. So they get my shares of XYZ company, but they pay me the $2,500, 25 times 100 of the shares at the strike price. So in that scenario, I made you $150. We originally paid $2,400 for the stock. We earned $100 off the exercise of the contract, plus what they paid us in the premium, just in those two transactions. And if it's in that 1 week, bang, $150. On Monday, I'm on the phone again with you.
We're doing it again.
Let's start the process again. What do you want to buy? Let's buy something else, or we buy the same thing and we just start it over. Yeah.
Right.
Now, there's a third scenario.
Okay. There's more.
Yes, there's more. So if the stock runs away from us, is what I call it. So in our scenario, we bought it at 24 and the strike price 25, and it's at 30. There's a huge profit to be made there. So I will call you and say, hey, we want to buy this back. This is called the buyback. So we buy it back. Now, when I'm buying, I have to pay for it. So I have to buy the contract back. So we pay $40 for it. I get it back. But we turn around and rewrite or resell another contract, and we sell it a little bit higher of the strike price, 26. We try to close the gap as much as we can, but still making you profit. So by doing that, maybe we only get $45 profit. So in that transaction, I made you $5, but we were able to move the strike price a little bit higher. And we added time. We could add weeks or a month, and then I just don't know what the market's going to do. So when it comes up for the expiration date, it could be below, and then it just expires, and we start the process again. Or it gets close to it, and we just let it get assigned or executed, and we just take the money and start the process all over again.
Okay, so that sounds way too good to be true, right? Because why aren't other advisors doing that? Because it sounds like it's a multiple source of income. You're earning money on your investment.
Yes,
that's a paradigm. We don't think that.
That's awesome. It is an MSI.
Right.
And I believe a lot of advisors don't want to do it because it takes a lot of time. You need an advisor that's got a lot of energy and it's going to be staying on focus, because I'm on the phone with my clients all the time saying, hey, I want to make dolly money today. What do you want to do? Let's buy this back. Let's sell this. Let's move this. She's like, let's do this. Bang, I just made you $150. Okay, talk to you next week. And I move on to the next one. So
this is what's fun for you.
Yes, I love this. I could do this all day. The market's only open 7.5 hours. I was like, why? Give me some more time. But no, I just love it. When that light went off in that dark room, what I was doing with that client, I'm making him money to help him pay off his obligations. He's like, wow! It just that feeling of stress relieved from him, right, that he didn't have to worry about where am I going to get the money to pay for this. Well, Andy's helping me. Andy's got an MSI, earning money off of my investment,
right?
And it comes in like that. Yeah. So
awesome.
I with the paradigm, yeah, I think most advisors, they just want you to give them your money, and then they'll put it in a portfolio, and it just grows. It grows whatever the market's doing, and they'll meet with you once a year or twice a year, and hey, the portfolio's up 3%. Oh, hey, the portfolio's down 3%. There's no real activity or activeness from the advisor that's helping them for this MSI.
Right. I mean, so going back to that, I can't, the not being believable, just because, again, it's just a paradigm. We don't what would you say to people that would possibly want to work with you?
Well, now, there is risk. So
Sure.
usually with my clients, wait, let me back up a little bit. So when I'm meeting with somebody new,
Right.
and I explain this, they are skeptical. They're like,
Sure.
nah, this is too good. Yeah. What's the catch?
Exactly.
Like, you got to be kidding me. Why isn't everybody doing this?
Yes.
So I explain to them, like, look, they're interested, and then I say, let's start with your smallest account. You know, some people have 2 to 3 accounts, and then you're like, look, I don't want to give you all my money just yet. I'm still not a believer.
Right.
So we start with the smallest account. It's either an IRA or a Roth, and then I start doing this with them, and with the agreement that, hey, we'll talk about your other accounts at the 3 to 6 month mark. And then usually that they're calling me by the 3rd month and say, hey, let's move it over. But then sometimes, and maybe in the PGI family, like, hey, look, I've had the same advisor for 20 years. I'm not sending all my stuff to you. I only have one account. They do it all. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Well, if you're interested in this MSI, I'm just suggesting that let's just open an account for $250,000. Just open the account, and then we'll do this. I'm not asking you to transfer anything over, and then if you're satisfied with what I'm doing, then we talk about adding more money. But stay with your advisor. You had them for 20 years. That's a tough thing to give up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're already working with other people,
Yes.
right? Like, you're already doing this, and they're already moving all of their accounts into you. Hence the reason why you've had to up your goal.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you keep reaching it.
Yes.
And that's so awesome.
So yes, when I was figuring out my goal, again, it was just about me.
Right.
And then when I came up just recently, last month, when I came up with the 250,000, I thought about it. I was like, maybe I'll just do 50. And I was like, nah, then Bob's like in my ear. That's too low. And so I upped up to 250. I thought about 100, 150, but no, I thought 250 is a stretch for me.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of work. You got to be on the phone, and you got to be contacting. Hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to make this. I want to move this. Mondays are my busiest day. Because I'm on the phone.
Right.
Just this past Friday, I already know these options expired, so I have to call these clients on Monday to say, hey, we made this amount of money. Let's make some more. Woo.
That's awesome. You're enthusiastic about what you want to do.
I love it. I could do this all day. Yeah. If I could get them to open the market for longer.
Right. So we'll have to check back in with you in December. Right,
okay. We can do that. Yes.
and-
Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
I will. Let's do that. I'll sit down with you and let you know where I am.
Yeah, because I've got my money, obviously, with you. I don't need to know all the boring parts of it, as you said, as long as you're making the money, my multiple source of income stream. So, Andy, if anybody wanted to work with you, how could they contact you?
Yes, I think my contact information should be right here. Just reach out to me, email me, andrewshell99@gmail.com, or text me. In the subject title, please put PGI video, so I know I get a lot of emails, so I can just know that's what I need to check on. So if you're interested, just reach out to me and we'll just have a conversation. This isn't for everybody, and if it doesn't work, we bring the account over and we start this, and they're like, I just don't get this, I don't understand it, it's too stressful for me. You just close the account, take it back. Move it back to where you were, move it back to your paradigm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's absolutely no risk at all. I
Well,
can't see.
there's always risk. You're
Okay,
dealing with the market. I can never, ever say there's no risk.
Right.
There's always, because you're dealing with stock and companies, and some of my clients they'll see the money that I'm making, because I'll spread it out. Say if we open an account for $250,000. I have more options, but we'll have like 10 to 12 different companies worth of stock. What I don't want to do is stick everything into one company, because if that company goes bankrupt, then you just lost everything.
Got it.
Yeah, I just don't want to do that. So some of my clients, they will call me and say, hey, I do want to do that, and I'm like, no, we don't want to do that. We need to keep it diversified across the different sectors in the economy, so like that. So we'll build slowly but evenly, and then start making the money that way. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
It's awesome.
Oh my God, that's so good. Well, thank you so much for sharing your
Yes.
seagull. And I look forward to seeing,
Yes.
I'm sure everybody else will too,
Yes,
like
you've
where
been,
you're
a
going to be.
you've been a great coach. I've enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the journey.
Thanks, Andy. Thank you.